Good job.
We do the spinning thing. You asked me a question. How do you know that?
Mama, you don't speak it. I got 9 a.m.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Want to sign? Anybody note any errors or omissions from the town of Newry Selectmen meeting minutes for April 22nd, 2025?
I studied it, and I didn't see anything. I'll make a motion that we accept it as read.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that we accept the town of Newry Selectmen meeting minutes for April 22nd, 2025. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Five
20.
This one's
Days
sure
behind.
flying by.
It is. It is.
I was supposed to go to Bingham yesterday, I'm supposed to go to Gorham today, and Mount Valley tomorrow.
Going all over.
And you wonder why I leave your kid on the bus and take him home?
He went by, he drove right by, I was gonna keep him on the bus.
Oh, he had jobs for him to do up there.
I was out in the barn and I hear the bus turning around in my driveway. I said, Elliot, Gary, forget you? Yep. I was like, okay. I was like, you're
Sometimes I
supposed
get
to
him-
holler, I said.
Sometimes I get him and Asher, I
Oh.
look quick and I go, which one of them is it? And then I knew it was Elliot, and I went right by, cause Braden was on,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they don't want me to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I had to holler at Tink a few times. Stop, I'd say. Back in the day.
Yeah, well, that's because you didn't ride the bus every day.
Throws you off.
It does, like, doesn't
Any
it?
adjustments to the agenda? Any announcements? Public comments? There's no public hearings or that? So, items for discussion and possible action. Approve and sign secret ballot election for select board warrant.
Did I do it wrong one? Yeah. I did, yes. I didn't give you a copy of it, I just put all the, because it's too many to copy. Yeah, so, this is for our, you can read it to them.
This is just our warrant that we have to post to elect a moderator at the June 10th election day. And then the article number 2 is to choose a select board member for a 3-year term, vote 1, but you still have to go through the process of the warrant and electing a moderator
So
for
do
that
we have-
election day.
Do we have someone that's gonna be here to?
Which Reddit just usually does the moderator, there's not really anything, there's no meeting per se,
Right.
it's just the.
Yeah, and this is, you guys just have to sign it so we can post it.
Who'd you say did the moderator?
Me.
Loretta usually does.
You?
We used to just have to make sure that there was somebody here at
Yes. 8 o'clock,
8
Yeah.
o'clock to be moderated.
yeah, and to open the meeting.
Right,
Which is-
and just.
It's just
read
so-
Say
the
we're open to
ballot.
ballots, you know, from 8 to 8.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm a little confused.
There's no real meeting.
There's no
for
real
that.
meeting, it's just a formality where we have to, we elect our select board at election day instead of at the annual town meeting, like we used to do back. in the day.
Okay, but on June 10th, it's gonna be an all-day
Yes,
election affair?
yeah, because it's school budget and
Right,
local town stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's from 8 to 8?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
So it's like the regular.
Regular election.
like, yeah,
Just nothing federal.
Nothing state or anything, just local and school.
Well, I'll make a motion, we sign the secret ballot election for the select board warrant.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve and sign the secret ballot election for the select board warrant. All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor.
And I only printed one, so we'll just photocopy it. You get to sign enough for the school, so. And then we can sign.
All little technicality, little things that have to be signed. Whether we like it or not.
Yes. Hope you don't get rights correct today.
Alright, so I guess I'll make a motion to sign the SAD 44 district budget validation referendum warrant.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded that we sign SAD 44 district budget validation referendum warrant. All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
So when is this meeting before?
The budget hearing is Wednesday, the 28th.
Yeah,
So we just sign right here.
Yep, all three of you there.
but they gotta do all them.
Every single copy, there's
Yeah.
several copies under that. Yep, all
Yeah.
the copies.
So you can take.
Some of them have to be posted, some have to go back to the school.
Yeah, you could probably take a paper off the top.
Some of them have to be filed in the.
Yes,
file.
exactly.
Under your name, Terry, there's only 2 spaces there.
Then there's
So
one
you
next
got
to
one
it.
across too, so either way, we get all three of us on there. We'll just move them around, so when they look at it, they'll say, uh-oh.
Yeah.
They make us do it over, we had to sign the names.
But why would it matter if I signed it? It would just become, look like, what's going on there?
Yeah, because I have to sign them all too.
Yeah, you do. Well, there's a spot with your name on it,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming you do.
I'm gonna sign the 30-day notices.
Yeah, even David got to sign this one.
Right.
Yeah, that's me.
A lot of
Sign-
signatures on this
Signed
one.
many of them that night.
Yeah.
We did a lot,
Yes,
didn't we?
We did.
I can't even imagine how many you guys did.
Because each town gets a packet
Yeah.
like this. I told her, Deb, this isn't really necessary,
Yeah.
I said. She goes, the attorney says it is. I'm like, okay.
I think he's confused.
Only a couple more. Of this one.
Yeah.
I think my handwriting sucked at the beginning, but at the end.
It
it
was
got
really
better.
bad.
Isn't that the case? You start off and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I did so good, and then by the end, you're like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
Yeah, if they
Get
can
right
get
into
you
it.
a
Yeah.
signature from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
When I worked at the hospital, I had to sign. Every patient you check in, you have to sign.
yeah.
Beginning of the night, it's great.
Tried to skip one.
We'll call you back.
Hey, and I flipped them all to the right page, because when they gave it to us, they weren't on the right page. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right.
Nobody looks at them anyway, probably.
I think we got them all this time.
Where's my new car? I've signed enough for it.
Yeah. Next year. See if we can squeeze it in the school budget.
All right, you give me that paper clip and I'll put these back together. That way they don't get messed up.
Thank you.
Okay. Onward.
Make a motion that we sign the SAD 44 district election warrant.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded that we sign the SAD 44 district election warrant. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor. Do it again.
Yeah. School
Make
thing.
sure David and Amy sign. What, do we have another one, huh? We got 3 of them on there.
Oh, that's right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they give us more blank spaces on this one.
Good.
I don't know.
There's enough for all of us, unless we're supposed to sign underneath. So if you want, Mandy, go ahead and sign.
We just need the, yeah, well, they could give me permission to sign.
Well, they did give us a bunch of spaces on this one.
Strange, they didn't have all that.
Yeah,
But the other ones, they didn't,
More than 3 selectmen, so.
used to be just Sylvia and so.
Yeah.
And I think it looks better.
Yeah, probably.
Especially where I went to vote, so.
So we're gonna have the meeting before a couple of days before the
Vote,
vote, so
Yeah.
that it'll be fresh on everybody's mind.
yeah. Hopefully.
Another one, geez. Keep flying them.
Okey-doke.
Okay, sign interlocal agreement. Now that's changed a little bit, cause they got bids this time or something, or is
This is just the interlocal agreement for,
That we're gonna do it.
that we're gonna be all together and to everything.
It
So this is
passed
what
that
we
time.
voted out at town meeting, which you guys had reviewed and all before here at your meeting.
So we already voted on it, so.
Yes,
this is
so
kinda
I brought it
sign
here so you could sign it. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Guess I'll make a motion to sign the interlocal agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay.
It's been moved and thirded. That we sign the interlocal agreement, all those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
Only need one signature, so I thought I'd have you do it, Mary?
Sign the date, just,
What?
like I said.
Yep. They only gave room for one, so.
Well, we could all right across there.
Well, if you want one, I guess.
So you're not gonna be here, so you can be responsible.
Exactly.
Okay. Review of the transfer station sticker and use policy.
Yes, Tink and I had a trash meeting last week, I left Tink there, sorry Tink.
No problem.
I had an appointment.
We worked it out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So this is, the draft, and it shows you, which I brought to you guys a while ago, what the temporary stickers are gonna look like and the regular stickers will look like. We have to match them to the plate number, so everybody will come in, pay $10, the sticker's good for 2 years. They have to have proof of residency if we don't know them, of course. There's gonna be like a, what am I trying to say? If you don't have it the first time, they'll. it's still
Grace
like-
period.
Grace period,
Grace
thank you,
period.
that was total blank,
Approximately a month.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Which will probably end up being a little longer than that, because some people, I didn't say it at that meeting, because I didn't think of it till afterwards. Like, some people just come up in the winter time, so this will be
Yeah.
happening before, but they'll work with it.
No, they'll actually be basically verbal warning,
Yeah,
and then they can still dump the trash, but after a couple of verbal warnings, it gets worse.
yeah,
We recognize you, and it's good.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So we're gonna go from a 4x6 to a 3x3?
Well,
That's just a temporary.
this is just the temporary password, like if you rent your house or something. We're not, that would be like you would be, ours would be this size, this one. And it's good for 2 years, and it's gonna start, where it is, July 1st, the fiscal year, which kind of makes sense. It talks about short-term rental homes, what they have to get, the temporary vehicle pass can be issued to a non-Bethel, non-Newry, non-Hanover resident. So,
All 3 towns are going to participate in this new policy?
supposed to be, yep, according to our meeting,
All 3 towns had to vote on it, we voted on it. Bethel's is like June 10th.
yeah, and Hanover's supposed to be having a special town meeting to vote on it. Well,
Yeah.
that's technically to vote on the interlocal agreement.
Yeah.
But we have a committee that's usually the manager, administrator, and a selectman from each town that meets in Bethel, and this is what we went over the last,
It's kinda how we come up with this draft.
yeah,
One of the things that was, you could buy a sticker and it was good for your lifetime.
yeah,
So that's what we changed it to 2 years.
yeah. And they increased the fee a little bit, so,
I mean, could I get a copy of that draft?
Yep.
Thank you.
yep. And they had put it up to bid, as you probably saw in the newspaper. Archie's, they gave the bid to Archie's, I guess, because there's so much less. Than Casella.
So what changed with Archie's? Because before,
When we asked him, he didn't have enough help. So he must have got more help or something. Because when we put it out to bid 3 years ago, we had no bids. The only one that came was Casella. This year, of course, I'd never heard of this 207 Waste LLC, but, I mean, Archie's bid on it, which I was surprised, but, so he must have done some improvements to his business or something, too. Because he does Andover's now, I guess, also, I didn't know that, until I talked to somebody the other day.
I know at one point in time, they were doing Livermore Falls too.
Yeah. So,
I'm pretty sure he comes up here, because I think Mo has the
Yeah.
dumpster at the campground,
Right.
and the state does up
yeah,
there. And I think it's Archie's.
yeah, they're going to Casella, because I just got a call from Casella home. They got one dumpster up here, they gotta go with it. Jimmy Merrill called me last week.
Is this both for trash and construction debris? Or-
Yeah, yeah. Archie's is gonna be.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
And they gave us a contract,
3-year contract.
because wasn't that the issue with Casella?
Yeah. Yeah, we had to extend it a year, extended a year, extended a year, yeah.
With no increases during the 3 years, or?
There probably was, I don't remember, but we didn't have much choice.
Right, before. This time I don't think it's, I don't think it is, I think it's the same. No, it's
Same bid for all?
Same,
three?
yeah, for the 3 years, so, yeah. Yeah. So hopefully the scales will pass in the other towns.
So if it, say it doesn't pass in Hanover, is it still gonna go?
I
Or the
believe
other
so.
two have voted, would vote in?
I believe so. But I'm
We
not
just have
100%,
to-
yeah,
We would have to, somebody would have to make up the difference
yeah,
for what Hanover would.
right, pay,
Well,
Yeah.
probably both towns would have to if it
Yeah.
was Newry and Bethel, but.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, that is a step in the right direction, I think, at least now that we have several different
Right.
people to bid against
Yes.
themselves or whatever.
Yeah,
For years, it was just the one, and that's,
yeah,
we had no choice.
I think that's why they didn't wanna do a contract, to tell you the truth.
exactly, yeah. And then the last 2 pages are their pamphlet that we'll hand out here, and that they'll have them at the transfer station, it's a trifold thing. But,
Oh, yeah, that just talks about the,
yeah,
how to
what's
sort your
accepted,
stuff,
what's
yeah.
not, yeah. And the fees of the white goods, tires,
Yeah.
yeah, propane tanks, mattresses. Yeah,
Are they gonna be able to take brush?
Wilson's own a stump dump out on Flat Road, but you have to contact them for that. And Doug Jones had one at the airport too.
Yeah, I
think
don't
you
know
have
if
to
they're
con-
still doing it or
I don't
not.
know, you have to contact them for that too, because we don't have any brush,
I know when Doug was alive, I talked with him and I was hauling stuff out there.
yeah. I know they
They
used to
chipped
do
or
it,
something, didn't they?
Yeah, they put it in
Yeah.
a big pound chip it.
yeah. I don't know if they do or not, so, good question, let's see if I can find that out.
Somebody must have something out there, because I think I see savages or somebody brushing the truck.
Right. Probably.
Headed out the, North
North
Road.
Road. Yeah, I'll see what I can find out about that too, because we do get called on that occasion.
Well, on this little pamphlet, it just says Slug and Brush Disposal Regional Wood Waste Processing Facility, Flat Road, and gives your phone number.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I read it a while ago, there it is, right there.
Good thing someone reads it.
I know.
Well, it's like, I know when I was looking at the email, I saw it. And I thought maybe I was going crazy.
Well, it helps.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept Kevin Tom's the transfer station and sticker and use policy.
I'll second that.
And motion and seconded that we accept the transfer station sticker and use policy. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor. Permission to change over to First Light for telephone and internet.
We've talked about this before, I got the pricing for the phone service, it'd be $141 a month. Internet would be $80 a month, and it's all gonna be local. Right now, we deal with 3 different vendors for our internet and telephone. So this will just be,
Was you in on that before, when Amy was here? This is how this all got changed over, it was supposed to be faster, better, and everything, but I guess it really turned out that it hasn't worked that way. Because we all got new
New
phones and
phones.
everything, and they just won't work the way it was,
No,
never worked the way it was supposed to.
Vaguely, I can remember something.
So now we're going back to first like where we were before, the,
right, which their service has improved and they've upgraded their internet, so, and we
well,
can,
hopefully it'll be better, cause
Yeah.
they've strung new cable all the
Yeah.
way to Timbuktu. so.
yeah, so it's supposed to be better. And I'd rather have one vendor instead of three different ones, cause do I call GWI, do I call First Light, or do I call Ring Central? I mean, it's,
And they all pass the buck.
yes, they
Yeah.
do, and it's not fun. So then I call Chris, the IT guy, and say, hey,
Some of us can't transfer
For
to each other, and it's.
we'll still be able to transfer, we'll still keep our, see, right now we have First Light in it because we wanna keep our 3123 number, which is how somebody calls the town office. But they have to transfer it over to Ring Central. And it's a nightmare and a half. So we'll have to skip that piece and we'll still have our own thing, we'll still be able to transfer calls and get it on our email if we want to.
Is there any cost difference?
It's actually a little less going back to First Light. Not $1 million less or anything, but.
We don't have contracts with the other people, right?
No. No, I looked up Ring Central yesterday, thought, do we have a contract? That says no contract. But hopefully it'll make life simpler. Well, to a point.
And for
It's
how long
only gonna
is
make
this?
it just so much, because you still got questions you gotta ask. and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
At
But
least you
instead of having
hopefully,
three bills or,
Yeah, you get one.
you won't have to, hopefully
Yeah.
you'll be able to use the phones for the way that.
Yeah, the way he talked. They'll come in and do a,
Audit type of
audit
thing.
type thing, yeah, go over everything that we got and what we'd have to do.
And we won't have a contract with them either, we just
Right,
do it like regular telephone.
yes.
So when they come in and do the audit and they tell you you gotta have new phones and new this,
Well, he asked what we had for phones and I told him, so,
hopefully it won't change.
right. So,
Maybe you ought to double check on that, and make sure that there isn't any additional costs involved once you change over.
well, I won't know until he comes and does the audit.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion, we approve the First Light program, providing that.
it's not $1 million. There is
It's
100.
not extra charges, if there is, we have to come
Right.
back to the board.
Right. There is a $160 fee to start, non-recurring charge. That's just to change things over.
That everybody would have to.
Yeah,
I will second the motion.
To get that worded the way I was trying to word it.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded that we go forward with the change over to First Light, a telephone and internet centers. Without understanding that if there's an extra charge for phones or whatever, that we bring it back to the board.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor. Review fee list for some requested changes.
we went over the fee list a while ago, not too long ago. And we have fees for resident and non-resident, which we think should just be one thing, period. I don't think we need the non-resident fee. Grange Hall, that's different, but, we had a full request and everybody charges different, so Amy printed off a, I'll let her talk about this.
there seems to be a wide array of photocopy charges
Yeah.
that different towns choose to charge. Some people said they don't charge more than 10 cents, which is the FOA amount that you can charge. Some people charge 50 cents, 25 cents, $1. It really was a wide array, so it seems like we should come to some kind of
It's,
inclusion of what we should, the voting list is already set in a statute of $1 for the first page and 25 cents for an additional page, so I can change that first one, the voting list, to reflect, what is in state statute. But the rest of it, it seems we should have some set photocopy. I know Joelle has her own that are already listed for her building plans of a different
Yeah.
size. But it seems like we should have some kind, not that we get a lot, it's mainly for these larger documents, like if somebody wants the UDRO, we're gonna charge them for a large
I
document.
was just gonna ask you, how much time is
Yeah,
involved in
I
some
mean,
of these?
the larger ones, I mean, it's a little bit, most of the stuff they can access themselves on our website. It's there, it's just if they don't have the capability to copy it. It's mainly for these larger
Yeah.
documents, we're not
Yeah.
talking a couple pieces, couple photocopy pages, but. So it does really kind of range from 10 cents to $1 to 25 cents, kind of seems more
Yeah.
reasonable, possible.
Now, the voters list that you have here, is it a town policy that you charge $5 for that? or-
It actually is $1, it's $1 per page and then 25 cents per page after that. And that's the state. The
That's
state
the
sets
state.
that rate.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I kind of figure like the state's kind of saying 25 cents
Right, per copy.
per
Page.
page, besides the first page
Yeah.
that may be something. to look into.
Well, like you said, it's not like you get a call for a lot.
No.
No.
Nothing like we used to, I mean. Now people, you know, like you say. you
Well,
get
everything's online.
online, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So you wanna just get rid of this resident, non-resident, and then just have like a fee for photocopies?
Yeah, keep the Grange Hill stuff as it is. but
Right.
Yeah,
Well, that's different.
yeah, agreed,
But these like ordinances, this just regular paper, is that what?
yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
Like the comp plan, shoreland zone, building code and floodplain. Those I can think we should, they're larger documents. Should have UDRO on
yeah, we should, UDR up to that too.
We should just make them the same as the voting list.
Yeah.
I
We
would
can,
think.
the $1 for the first page,
and
25 cents for each
after, And
additional.
that way it's simple.
Yeah.
It's not confusing, and you don't have to be like, oh, what are you printing?
Yep,
Yeah,
And they're not, you know,
That's my
Big-
recommendation.
big discrepancy between resident and
Right.
non-resident.
yeah, we
Yeah.
should,
You know, we're all,
no,
it's all
all
across the
back
board.
on the same.
yeah,
In most cases,
Yeah.
if they were looking for that, and they were non-resident, they are a taxpayer probably.
the odds are,
Right.
yeah, so. Just was always set up that way from 100 years ago, I think, and it's just never been,
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing to say that it can't be changed again if we
Exactly.
find that it's
yeah,
really off the wall.
right,
You know, you can bring it back up another year or
Yeah.
whatever. 50 years from now.
yeah.
50 years from now, you're not even gonna have photocopiers.
It'll probably be, you're right, there'll probably be something else.
Well, I won't have to deal with it in 50 years, so I'll be fine.
Me either.
Right. Yeah,
So did we make that a motion to do that? or-
I will make a motion that we change all of the copy documents to $1 for the first page and 25 cents per page after that, as per the main state, whatever that is.
I'll second that. Been a motion made and seconded that we change the copy list to $1 first page and 25 cents thereafter as per the state of Maine. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Are you okay if I add the UDRO to that list also? Right? Is that-
Yes. Yeah, I think all
Okay,
documents
copies,
that you
okay.
print here,
okay,
that you copy for people,
okay, perfect.
should be the same.
probably don't get a lot of calls for the UDO or whatever.
No, it's on the website, a lot of the stuff is on the website. It's just some people don't
Some
have
people like to
printers
have it in their
anymore.
computers.
Yeah,
It's easier to read on paper than to scroll that big document.
it gets tiring sometimes.
So there's no executive session, correct?
Correct.
Code officer, road commission report?
She's out playing, so don't have any report from her. I just have one, I lie. Excuse me, I have one paper here that says Joel Floyd, Deputy Road Commissioner. This is just an update for you guys. Sunday River Skiway presented an application for a new snowbanking booster pump house located between Sunday Punch and Monday Morning Ski Trails near the top of the T-bar lift at Sunday River Ski Resort. So, just wanted to let you know that they were doing that.
It's a good thing, because they've been trucking up there for
That's
months.
right, yeah. Well,
Months.
yeah, so that's what I had from her. After I told you I didn't have anything, I forgot.
And deputy clerk report? That's good.
Yeah, good. We're working on sending out our 30-day notices today for all the people who haven't paid their taxes yet. As soon as I can get Trio to call me back, because it's not cooperating. Our dog complaints, or our delinquent dog, we got down to 1. I forwarded that to the ACO. So I think we did very well with that. He was pleased with that. The budget meeting for the school is next Wednesday, 6:30, held at Telstar, if you're interested.
6:30?
Yeah,
Come on, it's 6 p.m.
6:30. That's the one that's held out, is posted out on the elections board out in the hallway.
It's gonna be in the auditorium, I
In
presume.
the hall, yeah, in the auditorium. That's all I have.
Town administrative report?
All I have is, I thought the town meeting went very well. I was glad we had a lot in attendance, even though we had something controversial that brought them out. Hopefully they'll all still come years to come.
All we gotta do is figure out what's gonna be controversial.
Yeah, we gotta make
We
something
know,
happen.
we know it's controversial, we just have to put it
Put
forth
out there,
every year.
yeah. So it was good to have 56 people. The year before we had 28.
I'd say that's a lot,
That's a lot.
considering.
Yes.
Actually, that's a lot compared to a lot of bigger towns.
Towns, yes,
Yes.
yes, exactly. So, but I thought it went well. Dave Doogie did okay, can't complain. Seems I had to get him in a rush because Vern had a conflict of interest, so I was scurried a little bit on the Friday before, but all worked out okay.
Not a conflict of interest, conflict of schedule.
Yeah, what did I say, interest, so, sorry. It's been a rough day already.
Could have been interest.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Something more interesting
I
than a
don't
town meeting, apparently.
Yeah. So, but that's about all I have. I'm off for the next 2 days, so using some vacation time.
So, same time, next meeting, 9 o'clock?
June 3rd.
Yep.
June 3rd, this says June 6th. Oh no, June, that's May, I can read.
Like I said, mine says June
June
3rd.
3rd, I don't know what month we're in. It does, I was looking at May.
Okay.
June 3rd.
Question before there was a second page on the agenda I got in my email that had the conditional agreement for
Oh,
Ray.
that hasn't come through yet.
Okay.
Yeah. That was on my agenda and I took it off, put it on the second page so I wouldn't forget.
Okay.
Yeah, they had it through, but it was, to have the planning board sign, and I said to Joelle, this isn't right. So she sent it back, and I haven't got anything back yet, so. Next meeting, we hope. I've said that like 3 meetings in a row.
It's out of our hands.
Yeah. Best I could do, so,
So 9 AM, June 3rd.
yes.
Well, I make a motion, we adjourn, 9:39.
Second that.
All those in favor, that we adjourn at 9:39, all those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.